Hey, it's Glenn, and that's pretty much it. So as I said in the last vlog episode, I was gonna have to break down all the other stuff and then just bitch about it for an episode or two or three, I don't know. Because, just catching up, just life stuff. To be honest, okay, so it's been about a year since I became a homeless person with a full-time job and benefits. Instead of being anywhere near escaping that situation, the walls are closing in on me in every aspect of my life, pretty much. I don't know, bright side, I started journaling again today, so I kind of fell off of it. That's good for keeping me focused, keeping me mentally healthy. And I hesitate to even divulge some of the things that have been going on where the walls are closing in, but I do want my vlog to be honest, and I want it to be a genuine chronicle of life. So where we're at, I was sick, like I said, for a month or more. I was in the last vlog I talked about that, and then so everything is moving forward as far as publishing stuff, but it's not like I'm gonna have a release tomorrow that everybody runs out and buys and alleviates my financial woes. It's still months away from any sort of payoff to the work I'm doing with writing and publishing. So it's frustrating, but it's like that's the part of life that's going the best. And there are days, numerous days in a row will come and go where I can't do anything because I'm so wiped out from my day job, or I'm so stressed out from just the walls closing in everywhere and there's no way I can speed this up, that it takes all my energy to not give up. And the best I can do is sit in my office chair and not give up. But also not do anything. So I get hit with days like that. Today would be one of those days. Just because, the walls got a little bit closer together everywhere. So I'll try to be concise. Day job. And I'm not supposed to talk about them in any way on social media that would reflect negatively, and that's why I've never said where I work or who I work for in my day job. But it's at the point, it's hard for me to know where to start because, place to start, if you haven't caught this little tidbit, this little factoid about me in other videos, I do have complex PTSD, and not just from one thing. And no doubt this past year has not made that better. So, like, being working homeless and not being able to catch a break, and my car being in the terminal situation that it's in, and not being able to do anything but keep putting very expensive oil in it every week and hoping it doesn't go down. Well, it had a bad week this week. I thought it was over. We're still moving, but I don't know for how long. And so anyway, having this CPTSD BS, those are the letters missing from it. It makes everything harder because I'm fine most of the time. Like, I know how to manage it. I know how to avoid triggers for the most part. Like, if I know something's going to trigger me, I do not engage. I turn around and go somewhere else. Because what it is, it's like your brain is just stuck in fight or flight or freeze or freak the fuck out mode 24/7. So if something comes at me, it's gonna be one of those responses before I can even think about what I'm doing. Like, it's not a choice. Because I have found, and I'll get to this story, I have found that mine goes straight to fight. Rage. Like, it's like I'm the Incredible Hulk. And I'll just be talking to a psycho as calmly as I can after blowing up. After. Again, I'll get to that story because that happened recently. Which is one of the reasons the walls are closing in. Where I lost my shit with someone who fucking deserved it. See, but that's not the way I like to handle conflicts. But again, it was not a conscious decision. It's like fight took over because I was cornered and being poked with metaphorical sticks relentlessly, and I snapped. But once I had some time to comprehend what was going on, I stopped and I just made myself breathe. And I just had to sit there and listen to all of the horrible things this person was saying to me and about me that I couldn't do anything about. But I was pleading with other people, please make it stop, please make it stop. Because I don't know how much I can hold this monster in. Like, I was literally trembling. And that's about when I was getting sick too. Like, it was just a perfect storm. So anyway, I'll come back to that. I'm gonna start with work because I was already there. Like, so work, but the PTSD BS plays into both. Like, work, they are pissing me off so much on a daily basis. And it gets worse every day. And it's like I try to avoid scenarios that are going to just take me off guard. It's like I'm fine as long as I'm not taken off guard. If I know I'm walking in to a situation where someone's going to piss me off, or hit me with something irrational, or shove me into a corner and poke me with sticks, I can prepare myself for that and just be like, alright, just go in and breathe. Just let them say horrible shit. Don't take it to heart. Don't worry about it. Just breathe and it will pass. It will be over, they will be gone, and then you can beat the hell out of a pillow, you know, like. But if they take me off guard, like if I'm not expecting it, and someone comes in and pushes me in a corner and starts poking me with sticks, my condition takes over. Doesn't consult me, you know, like I snapped and a little bit at work a few days ago, and I said some swears to, I guess, my boss. I don't even know. Like, that's how annoying work is right now. Like, they keep going back and forth. Like, they keep having their, oh, this is the new plan for the business, and here's how it's gonna function, and here's what you need to do to get ready. And then, you know, a week later, they will have changed that plan and not told me. When I'm supposed to be the manager, only am I? Apparently, no, I don't know. Like, that goes back and forth too. You know, so it's like there are two managers right now. And like, the one I replaced, because everybody got moved back. I covered that in a vlog before too, not too many episodes back. But yeah, so, you know, the last I was told, I was in charge, and the previous manager was just there to be an extra body until the new guy who we tested out and who agreed to come over comes over. Only the guy ahead, above us, on the totem pole, the one who keeps changing the plans, also keeps changing our positions, like what we do, and not necessarily telling us. So like there was one guy who was, there was like the three of us who were moving, and then we all three got moved back, and then we're supposed to all three move back forward to where we were. Only one guy now has decided he doesn't want to move anymore, so he's going to stay put. So that means the previous manager has nowhere to go. So I guess he's not going anywhere, but not, like, who depends on who you talk to in the company. Everybody has a different idea about it, because everybody has been told something different by this guy. So last I was told I was in charge, but then one day the previous manager shows up and just starts changing everything up, and like they're cutting my hours, like they keep cutting my hours, and all the prices keep going up, and you know, then the guy above us just stopped talking to me, like he was just talking to him. Well, he didn't tell me that the plan had changed yet again. Didn't even have the courtesy, didn't respect me enough to even discuss it with me to my face. So I'm pissed off at work, just trying to get through the day every day, and then, you know, shit will occur. And, you know, like the cutting of my hours really pissed me off, because mostly because of the attitude that came along with it. Like, I am being spoken to as though I have done something wrong by working the hours I was told to work. And behind my back they're telling people it's because, oh, Glenn was just milking the clock, so he has to be out of here by this minute and this second every day. But to my face, they're pretending to be understanding. I tell them this is what I'm doing, this is the job that I have, and, you know, like I have to wait for our driver to get back, and sometimes he's not back till after 5. Then we unload his truck. We do all this stuff that has to be done. But I am being treated like just because like I'm being treated like I have done something wrong, and that like they're treating me like I'm being punished. Well, and you know, the guy who maybe is making, like, who allegedly is making these decisions has not spoken to me directly once during all of this bullshit. And so, yeah, you know, so the other day, you know, the other manager said something bitchy to me, and I lost my shit. And I was just like, I don't give a fuck what you think. I am all out of fucks. And I'm like, yep, I'm getting fired. Because that wasn't a choice. That was the brain thing. And, you know, I calmed down and started breathing after that came out of my mouth. But it's like, I'm kind of worried because when I am trembling, it's like I am holding back violent impulses. And I'm a little bit scared of myself because I know what I could do to someone before I even knew I was doing it. Like, he wasn't close to me. Like, if someone dared to touch me when I was in that state, they would find their head on the other side of a wall. Like, and then I would realize what I had done. I don't want to be in that situation. So I'm trying to brace myself. But the thing is, there are more and more things that I have to just breathe through. Because, you know, if it weren't for the economy being in the state that it's in, I would be looking so hard for a new job right now. You know, because the reason I took this job was to have something stable and steady between the other unstable, unsteady ways that I make money in my life. Like, I wanted something steady. And so this has not been a steady, stable job at all. At all. Like, you know, I was told a couple years back, oh no, when they hired me, they told me that I'm guaranteed 5 hours of overtime. And that they've never had to do layoffs. They're never going to lay me off. I don't ever have to worry about it. It's so stable. Because I told them that was that was number one on my list of what I'm looking for. Stability. And that, you know, they've never laid anyone off. They're not gonna, I don't have to worry about losing my job because that industry doesn't, it's always there. It's always in demand. Then a year later, they laid me off. And I went next door to the other company under the same umbrella company, asked if they were hiring, and they were. And I was working again Monday morning because I didn't have time to be unemployed. Right now, I don't have time to be unemployed either. I can't be unemployed. So that's why. And, you know, I feel like if I leave and go to another job and the economy is in chaos, then I'm the lowest man on the totem pole when whatever company I go to inevitably has to start doing layoffs. Because companies are already doing layoffs. So I'm just trying to keep my job, but they're not making it easy for me to not get fired. So there's that. So the walls are closing in at work. Like, I honestly did not see myself making it through last week. Yet I did. Right. So there's that. And so then there's the just survival aspect of my existence. Like the couch hopping. I'm all out of couches. I'm just like, You know, I can't ever get cooled down anywhere either. Like, it's hot at work. It's hot in my car with no AC. It's Texas. We're talking triple digits. It's hot. And now the office space that I rent for my writing stuff, they've started cutting off the AC more. Like, I come in on the weekends, like today, and they cut it off at noon. They cut off the AC. And it immediately gets incredibly hot in here. Like, I'm a bit shiny and red or whatever because it's so hot in here. And it makes it really hard to work. And so, like, I mean, that's a thing. That's a thing where it's like, they also, you know, there was a room I was using for meetings. We had these common areas in this facility, right? Like, I rent my private office, but we have this common area. Well, there were several common areas, but they filled to capacity, so they started renting those out. So it's like I'm paying the same, but the value of what I'm paying for has gone down. Because I can't use those common areas anymore. And my office is too small to really... And, you know, it gets hotter in here faster than it does out there. I don't know why. Maybe because of the big open spaces out there. I don't know. But it gets really hot in here really fast because it's a small office. You know, I have the smallest office you can rent here. That's all I need. It's also all I could afford. So there's that frustration that I'm just always hot, except for when I go crash on a couch for a few hours most nights. But, like, you know, there are people I just can't stay with because, you know, it's a couple with kids. I can't be disrupting people's lives, you know. I have very few friends whose lives I will not be disrupting if I crash on their couch regularly or even once. So, like, yeah, you know, and I've had friends offer, you know, and, like, I would pay more if I had it. Like, to refresh, like, the situation I'm in, like, I couldn't qualify with what I earn on my own to get an apartment anywhere in the DFW area. I don't make 3 times the rent anywhere, which is the requirement. And then plus the exorbitant deposits some of these people ask for. Some people want 3 months rent up front because they assume you're coming in with roommates. But yeah, so my solution before couch hopping became viable, couch surfing, couch crashing, was I rented this office space, and I can't sleep here, but I can work here, and I'm working towards getting out of this situation. And then, you know, in addition to that, I have this giant public storage space that costs me a lot, over $800 a month. So it's like, there is rent money right there, but I can't qualify for a place anyway. But if I were spending that on rent, I would literally have zero money to eat with, to buy oil with, to do anything with. I wouldn't be able to have electricity. Like, that's how tight the budget is. So when people are like, whoa, get rid of this and that, and then you can get an apartment. No, I can't. I don't qualify for an apartment. And if I did and I paid the rent, I would have no lights no electricity, and no food. But, you know, so I worked on recovering financially from another issue that happened before this happened, where I lost a large amount of money. And, you know, I had just gotten back, I had just gotten even again, and I was getting ready to gut that public storage unit, like go through all of mom's stuff, all of dad's stuff, all of everybody's stuff that is in that giant public storage unit. And, you know, it's going to cost money to do, though, because I have to, all the rotten old cardboard boxes, just, I'm getting out of cardboard is the plan. It's going to be plastic, they're going to be organized, I'm going to know what's where, and I assume, especially like with my mother's stuff, 90% of what I find in those boxes is going to be literal trash. Like, she had an interesting organizational style, let's say. But yeah, like, just, and I'm trying to get cars fixed, and I'm just so much stuff that I was saving money for, and then my car had this $21,000 problem. Actually, $25,000 problem. Like, it wiped me out, and I didn't have that much money. I was only able to fix as much of it as wiped out my savings. Before I found out, oh, additionally, now, because I had to take it back to the shop, like, within a week or so, and that's when they found the $21,000 problem that I can't afford to fix, and so I'm just screwed. And I don't have any savings, I don't have any money, so walls closing in, and now more and more people are asking for money that I do not have, and they don't understand that I do not have money. You know, and I get advice from people, like either people with money or, well, yeah, people who have always had money and don't understand that when I say I do not have the money for that, I cannot afford that I mean it literally. To them, when they say, oh, I don't have the money for that, or I can't afford that, I can't justify that expense, they have plenty of money. They just don't want to spend it on that. And so they assume that's what I'm saying when I say I can't buy a new car. Which is so, well, you need to get a new car. Well, I can't get a new car. I can't afford. I can't take on a car payment. I can't. Well, you need to. So that brings us back. This is going to be a long, bitchy vlog. But it's just what's going on in life. You know, and all these things need to be put out there because I don't know what's going to happen in my vlog moving forward. And some of this information may be relevant to wherever we're going. You know, if the walls go, I mean, someone's got to, I mean, it'll help me to have already put this out there so I can just build on it and say, okay, so see this vlog and here's where we are now. So I'm getting it all out. Right, so the couch surfing situation, it's down to just one left that's viable, and like, I mean, this is where I'm hesitant to say things because I don't want to make it sound like because I'm not talking bad about, well, the person who is letting me crash on his couch, but it's other people around there. And that's the story I was talking about earlier, where I lost my shit to an epic degree and would have thrown this man through a wall. Because, the situation there, it's like my friend does not live alone. There are 2 rooms, 1 bathroom, and the other guy never lets me in the bathroom. Like some days he's very nice and very accommodating, and other days he's just not. Like, it's kind of gotten better now, but for a very long time, if he knew what time I had to get up and go to work, that's what time he would get up and go lock himself in the bathroom for hours. So then I would have to go get ready in the kitchen with no mirror, with, I don't know, I tested the theory to figure out if this is deliberate. It's like, if it happens 3 times, it ain't a coincidence. Especially if the time he goes into the bathroom changes after I tell him what time I have to get up and go to work. Like, so there's been that I've been dealing with, and just dealing with it, because I'm just happy to have a place with AC for a few minutes every night. But, I never can take a shower over there. Generally, it was once a week or once every 2 weeks. Once every week or 2, I could get in and get a shower, like before 2 in the morning, I can't take a shower that late. Like, I have to get up at 4 something most days, 4 something or 5 something. And of course, they keep changing that. Like, they changed the time I came into work last week 3 times. So I don't even know. Like, my sleep schedule's crazy because it changes every fucking day. But I'm not bitter. But yeah, so there's that issue, and there was one night when I took a shower on August the 3rd. I took a shower, and the other guy, when I got out, asked me for $150. And I had told, because, and here's the thing, I don't use any electricity. If I do laundry, again, it's once every week or 2. If I take a shower, it's once every week or 2. Like, I don't live there. I don't have a room. Like, I have to put on noise canceling headphones and a mask to go to sleep because the lights come on, the people are out there talking, the TVs are on full volume. I don't sleep well there. I don't. And I do give them money, is the thing. I give them what I can afford, and I went over it with my friend. It's like, look, this is what I do here. This is how much time I actually even spend here. I don't do anything to raise y'all's bills. Like, if I left, their electricity bills and their water bills would be the same. Like, they'd be the exact same. And so we agreed upon an amount that was fair and that I could actually afford, given that so much of my money is tied up right now. Because I'm paying near the equivalent of an apartment's rent. And I can't get out of these things without credit consequences or worse. So, the office and the public storage. Like, I'm locked in and don't really have any options. Like, I need the office. This is my room. I just can't sleep here. But I can do me things here. I can do my writing. I can read and write in my journal without being interrupted. Like, I need this space. I would like to get into a smaller public storage unit, and then I could give someone more money if need be. But that month I already, like, I had gotten overtime that week, and so my friend asked me for basically double because you know, everything's going up, and they needed to get their yard mowed and couldn't afford it. So I told him very specifically, whenever you need money and I have it, I will absolutely help you out. And I have it this time because I got a fat paycheck. But they're cutting my hours, so I will not be getting any more fat paychecks in the foreseeable future, you know, until they change their minds about everything again and start bitching that I'm not there enough and I'm not getting things done. Like, I'm in lose-lose situations everywhere. I mean, because that's work. It's like they want to cut my hours, but they still want me to get all the same stuff done. And they can't have both. If the driver gets back after 5, what am I supposed to do? Because I'm in trouble if I'm there after 5, because I'm just milking the clock. But if I leave and just lock up, the driver can't get back in, nothing gets done. Like, I can't win, is what I'm saying. And so this place where I've been couch surfing, I'm getting to where this is a lose-lose situation too. Just the walls close in. So, like, anyway, so I'd had that discussion with my friend, and I'd already paid double what I pay every month. And then I get out of the shower, and the other guy wants me to pay him $150 to, I can't remember what for. I think it was for the electric bill and everything, like, which again, I come in and lights go out. I don't watch TV there. The TVs are like, there are TVs in 3 different rooms. Sometimes they're all on at once. I mean, I don't even know where the remote is for these TVs. I don't do anything. I walk the dog and I go to bed. That's all I do there. And the thing is, like, if they're in trouble, they help me out. Of course, if I had the money, I would help. And I've been concerned about the situation at this place just for them for a long time, just because all the things the idiot president is doing will affect them directly. And I'm very concerned about it, and I wish I had more money. Also, if I were able to pay more money, I would have more ground to stand on when it comes to defending myself against this guy. So, yeah, so I explained to him as nicely as I could. I wasn't being an asshole. I told him, oh, I already talked to Nick. I've already paid for y'all's yard to get done. But I don't have, I literally do not have any more money. If I had it, I wouldn't hesitate. I mean, there's been things here and there where they ask for help or whatever, and I just do it because I want to, because I can, because they're helping me out, and that's fair, right? But this time, you know, I told him the situation, and he just starts cussing me out, calling me all kinds of names. I wasn't prepared for it. And that's a bad thing. I was not anticipating that, you know, my character was going to be insulted, that I would be called a freeloader, that I would, you know, and he's, oh, it must be nice having that hot, warm shower. I'm like, yeah, once every week or two. It's really nice. But, you know, but I lost it, and I roared much louder than him. And I told him in no uncertain terms how I felt about what he was saying, but I was steadily moving to the other side of the house, and he wouldn't let up. And I was just like, when I came to my senses but was still feeling the rage, I was still hulked out. I asked my friend, I'm like, please make this stop, because I can't control myself. I'm too far gone. But I just finally, because, oh man, the dog was scared shitless of me. After, dog didn't know I had that kind of a bark. I don't think anybody did. It's out of character for me. Even if someone is being an asshole. It is out of character for me to become a bigger monster than them. But it's been kind of the thing since this happened. That will happen. That I will lose it. And, but I was able then I was like, I started breathing, just closed my eyes, just ignored every venomous word that he said or screamed. And I was shaking. And I couldn't do my laundry. I was going to do my laundry that night. I just couldn't. I just had to cover up and go away. Just hide from everything and wait till morning and get out. Yeah, so after that, after I know how this guy feels, he has told me what he really thinks of me, so until this morning, hadn't had a shower since August the 3rd. Because I didn't have anywhere to take a shower. And that's one of the issues. Here, I'm never here during the day. There's a gym, there are showers, but it closes at 9 o'clock. And I don't get here until after 6. And by the time I get in there are cleaning ladies in the men's changing room who just glare at me and won't leave and don't speak English. And there's nobody at the desk because they leave at 5 o'clock. And I can't fix that problem, and I don't want to go to jail for exposing myself to old ladies in the men's changing room. I don't understand the cleaning crew here. They don't care. They won't. It's funny because I saw a clip from Family Guy on YouTube the other day, and I'm like, oh my god, does this happen to other people? Because I think I said something about this on my vlog a while back about how I was in the bathroom stall doing what one does in a bathroom stall. Cleaning lady comes in, and this isn't at the gym, this is just the office complex. And I told her I was in there. She didn't care. She opened up all the stalls next to me, mops on there, and then just shoves the mop under the door in the stall I'm in and mops around my feet. Oh my god. So yeah, I hadn't had a shower since August the 3rd, and I was miserable. My hair, last night it took me an hour to brush all the mats out of my hair. And I try, every day I brush my hair, but it gets worse and worse every day and harder to brush through it. I have a filthy job, a day job, So having the job I have and not having access to a shower for a month is ridiculous. But okay, so all of that aside, that all happened, and then I wanted to make it clear this was not related to that man. Oh, but it went up from $150 to $900 I should be paying. And I'm like, I should be paying $900 for a month, for a few hours a night when I have a very restless sleep and don't use any electricity, and I can't take a shower, and I can't do laundry, and I don't have a room, but I should be paying $900 a month. Okay, where is it going to come from? No, I don't have it. You might as well charge me $1 million a month, which is where we're at again today. Because, okay, so I offered, because I was thinking about this whenever, it's like, well, they're paying people to do their yard, they don't need to. I have a lawnmower in storage. It's an electric lawnmower, runs on batteries. As long as there's a place I can put it in the back here where my friend lives to keep it out of the elements, I can just mow the yard. And I told him, do not tell Crazy Man and do not tell your mom. Just tell them you took care of getting the yard done, and I'll get up early, do the lawn, and they'll never know that I did the lawn, because the thing is, I know them and it's never enough. Not my friend, but like his mother. This is like the goal crashing on the couch, because she lives next door. So the goal crashing on the couch is to never be under her thumb, because I have watched other people do it, and it never, ever, ever, ever ends well. Because she makes more and more irrational demands, and the more they tell her no, or you can't reason with this person. So this is the sort of personality where it's like, when she's cool, she's cool. But when she's not, get out. Get out. Run for the hills. You cannot win an argument with someone who will not listen to what you're saying. So I don't engage. I just do what I can to not get in any sort of situation like that with her. So I told my friend this plan. I was like, I just would need you to drive me up there, because the lawnmower won't fit in my car. It will fit in your car. So if you can take me to storage one day, we can charge up the batteries and all will be well, and that should help y'all more with money. Again, I'm not trying to be a freeloader. I offered to do the yard. Well, he told his mom and the other person, so... But not only did he tell his mom, he also offered for me to mow her lawn, which I didn't offer to do. I'm not staying at her house. And I don't want to be under her thumb ever. So, first weekend that I mow the lawn over there, 3 weeks ago, I am in the midst of the deadly disease that I talked about in the last vlog. I'm fighting the migraine from hell. I can't breathe. I'm sneezing and coughing, and like, the yard is huge. It's huge. The front and the back are both huge, so I knew I was going to have to charge the batteries at least a couple times, because it was overgrown, which takes longer and uses more battery. Like, if you stay on top of it, it's fine. But then his mom's front and backyards are also enormous. There isn't any physical way for me in one day to mow front and back both houses, and I don't want to have to give up the weekend, which is when I have the most time to do stuff here to get out of this situation. Right? And I'm telling you this, but I promise you I cannot have this conversation with her. She won't care. So, because here we go. So I had to charge the batteries 3 times, and it takes hours to charge the batteries. I used both. I have 2 batteries, so I switch them out. One dies, put in the other one, keep going. But yeah, then I'd have to go in and wait for the batteries to charge, and I'm sick as hell while I'm doing this. So yeah, I would just lie down on the couch and wait for the batteries to charge. So while I'm not mowing the yard, his mother is calling him all all day screaming and yelling about me not finishing mowing the yard, though I can't until the batteries are charged again. And she's like, no, he just doesn't want to do it. Yeah, and so she's threatening. It's become now I offered something, and now it's something that is being turned into a threat against me, and there's absolutely no need for that. And this is the kind of conflict I can't do. Like, this is the kind of conflict where I just walk away because I know that I'm going to get triggered and put someone through a fucking wall. So I just walk away, but I can't walk away. And so, yeah, so twice I had to stop and charge batteries. And the second time I came here to get some stuff done in my sickness, whatever I could do other than just lying on a couch all day. And I came back and I finished in the evening. It had gotten way too hot. My goal was to do it in the morning, but you know, when you have to recharge the batteries, there goes the morning. So the whole time I'm gone, she's calling him and screaming at him about me not mowing the yard and how I'm gonna get kicked out and all this shit. So knowing this person and history, it's like at that point I'm just like, well, this is over. Because once you get into a conflict with her, it's over. Like, you cannot have a rational conversation with her. Because if she's decided whatever she has decided to decide, that's it. Everything you say, she's just going to scream over you when you try to explain to her why you can't do this, why, oh, you have to charge the batteries. Like, no, she's just going to scream over you, which I can't handle. So I didn't engage with her. I just said, whatever. I finished mowing the yard. But then I'm like, all right, how do I get out of this? I never, ever, ever offered to mow her yard. Fortunately, because I only did my friend's yard, but fortunately they never got word in time to the person who usually comes and does their yard. So he showed up, and so he just did their yard. I didn't have to do 2 yards. Only like, and then last weekend is when I was supposed to mow the yard again, at least according to my schedule. Like, if they want me to do it every damn weekend, they're out of luck. But every 2 weeks is reasonable. That's when I would do the lawn when I had a house. So last weekend, thank God it rained. This weekend it rained. I thought I was in the clear. Grass is still wet. It's like I can't mow wet grass with my lawnmower. But and you know, I texted with my friend last night. I didn't stay there last night because I needed a shower. So I had a shower this morning and it felt so good. Like, I had a shower last night, I had a shower this morning. I'm clean for the first time, till of course I come to my office and I'm sweating again, but I'm still cleaner than I have been. But I texted him last night and he said that, you know, if it rains, don't worry about it, but you need to do the lawns tomorrow, but not if it rains. So like, now, you know, I got a threatening text. And I'm just like, all right, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because it's like, oh, well, if you don't, you're going to have to talk to my mom when you get home, or you're going to get booted, or she's going to charge you $100. And I'm like, well, she could charge me $1 million. How about make it $1 million? Let's make it $1 billion. How about that? Because I've got just as much $1 billion as I've got $100 to spare. And you know, like where I was last night is not a regular option. It's not the solution. But yeah, so I mean, I just feel like the walls are closing in and I don't know what to do, and I really need to avoid this woman. Because if she comes at me yelling and threatening and insulting, she's way worse than the dude I already had an altercation with. I feel like I'm about to have altercations with people at work that I'm not going to be able to control myself. And I hate it because it feels like an alien has taken over my body when I lose my temper like that. And I'm very grateful to these people for letting me crash on their couch, but I can't pay them what I don't have. It's that simple. And my friend knows damn well. He isn't irrational at all. Like, he knows if I have money and he needs it, he has money. And he doesn't take unfair advantage of that either. You know, it's like there is a thing that happens and I'm able to help, so I do. And I offered to mow his lawn. I'm not avoiding mowing his lawn. I'm avoiding a conflict with his mother when the grass is soaking wet, which she will not understand, and watch her hire someone with big, you know, the giant ass mowers and shit that they can probably mow wet grass, I don't know, and then point at my little electric lawnmower and say that I should have been able to do everything these massive lawnmowers can do. Yeah, so I anticipate she'll boot me. I don't give a damn. So I've had a hard time the last few weeks just even getting motivated to do anything. Because I just feel hopeless a little bit hopeless, but not completely hopeless. Otherwise I wouldn't have started journaling again today. But it's just really hard. Because I don't know what I'm going to do. But I can't take showers over there. I can't do anything. I don't use their trash bags. I have trash bags in my trunk, and that's where my trash goes now. Like, I'll throw water bottles. I'm going to stop doing that. But when I have like trash, I haul it out to my car and I throw it away myself. Because I don't want to use their stuff. I don't want to be more of a burden than I already probably am not, because literally nothing happens differently. The only one who notices a difference when I'm there is their dog, who loves me. So, she probably wonders where the hell I was last night. And I hate that, because, you know, I wouldn't have made it. I wouldn't have made it through the past year without that dog. Like, I always tell people, like, before this happened, I always told people, I need a dog. Like, I speak dog. I am a human golden retriever for the most part. Like, you know, dogs love like I do. And this dog, Ember, has proven me correct. Like, every day that I go over there, no matter how crappy a day it was, you know, she's sitting there staring out the window waiting for me to come back. And she'll see me and her tail just starts wagging like crazy, and then she runs to the door and you know, we go for a walk, and like, no matter how bad my day was, she makes me genuinely laugh. Like, I laugh so hard with that dog, and it's all real. Like, it's not just me being polite or something. Ha ha, that was a great dad joke, Ember. No. Like, she's crazy. She makes me laugh, and she brings me genuine joy at the end of whatever day. Like, no matter what happened, she brings me joy. So that may actually be the hardest part of not having that couch as a viable place to crash anymore. And like, I did the math, and yeah, well, the battery on the camera died, so this has probably been a really long video already. Anyway, so what I was saying is that's probably going to be the hardest part of not having any place to stay anymore. Is not having that dog to heal me at the end of a terrible day. So, because there are so many terrible days lately where just, man, I don't know. So I don't know what I'm going to do. And that's where I am. Oh, and so I did the math. That's what I said right before the camera died. I did the math to try to figure out how can I just pay them to get someone else to do the yard. Because I don't want to be under this woman's thumb. Even though I know it's only a temporary stop, because then it'll be something else. Given history of the way she is. Which is why, in the fall when I don't need to mow the yard, there'll be some other reason that I need to give them money. And I'm like, well, the only way I can financially swing it is if I don't eat. Like, I'll just cut out food and do a water fast for the rest of my life. And so, yeah, I don't know what to do. And if I explain to her, oh, because I got that text, yeah, so she's pissed that I haven't mowed the yard on this rainy weekend, and I'm being threatened. Or, the threat has been passed along to me, and threats, not the best option for negotiating with me, for anyone ever. It does not get you what you want. Like, I refuse to be made small by anyone, or made to feel small. Like, I'm not a freeloader. I have done a lot. Like, anything that they've asked of me, I have done it. But this, I cannot give up my weekends, my only full days to work on my own stuff and getting out of that situation. Getting out of the work situation, like, it's all one thing. I need this to work. I need to get my writing career back on track and moving in the direction it was moving before I got knocked off the tracks. It was in a really good place when my mother got sick, when I lost my job at the church, when all the dominoes started falling, and then I didn't have any time or energy. Well, very little. Because I have managed to publish a few things in the past 12 years or so. Like, yeah, it's been 12 years. Just a little tiny bit over 12 years since the dominoes just started falling in my life and haven't stopped. So that's where I'm at. I'm not giving up. I just don't know what I'm going to do. So, because I have to avoid this lady, because that's a conflict I can't get involved in. Because it's gonna be triggering as hell. I can't. It's gonna be relentless and irrational. I'm going to be pushed into a corner and poked with sticks. And the problem is, this lady wants me to blow up. That's how she generally operates. It's like she wants to make someone victimize her. I'm not gonna do it. Like, I will just walk away and she will scream, her head will spin around. But I'm not doing that. So that means probably I'm going to be even more homeless than I have been for the past year. Anyway, so that's that part of the bullshit I needed to bitch about. Catching y'all up before we move forward in whatever direction we go. So I still have just being an American things to gripe about, and I have being a Texan things. So that'll either be just one video or two. I even have thought about maybe doing it as shorts, or maybe I have more to say. Like, because I don't want to gripe about politics every vlog episode. But it is what it is. It's the world we're in. We have a president who's about to start a war with fucking Michigan. I just, and a Texas governor who has decided we don't need democracy in this state anymore. It's going to be all Republicans all the time. But yeah, so that's for another video or two, and eventually we're gonna get back on track and just have vlogs, hopefully. But yeah, so and like, I don't want y'all to think I'm not trying to find solutions. Like, if I can save money to go through and condense all this stuff in storage, I'm going to do that. I'm going to, that will, if I get into a smaller storage unit, that will save me hundreds of dollars a month, potentially. But it's not a snap your fingers, just add water kind of solution. It takes time, work, and money. So, when I get there again, because I was there, I was about to start the whole project, and then my car stole all my money. But anyway, I've priced other solutions, like, motorcycles and mopeds. Like, if I can save up $500 before my car dies, I can buy a moped. And I'm still mobile. If I can save up $5,000 before my car dies, I can buy a motorcycle. Just as long as I can keep my car, the longer I can keep my car going, the more solutions will be available to me. So I'm still trying. I'm gonna get through this. I don't want to be a downer. I don't want to be a complainer. I need to let y'all know where I'm at, because this is where we're moving forward from. So whatever this is, whatever, turns out to happen, like, maybe it's not as dire as I think, but if I don't know. I'll do what I have to do. That is all I can say for sure. I will do what I have to do to get through all of this. So that's it for now. I hope y'all are having a better year than I am. And thanks for being there. And I'll talk to y'all next time.